What do I dislike most about being a financial advisor? I had to think about this, and and if I'm managing money, which I don't, because I hated managing money, because you had to charge a fee, and what you always hear from people is like, oh man, not all the time, but enough to make me drive me up the wall is, why are you underperforming? You'd always hear that, and you're like, underperforming what? They said the S&P 500. We just use that for an example. And remember, Amar and I talked about benchmarks the other day. It's like, why are we using the S&P 500 as our benchmark when our portfolio is, scattered in a diversified place, international bonds, the whole thing? Why would you compare just the S&P 500? And the answer is always be, rightly so. Well, if you can't beat the S&P 500, why should I hire you? 100%. But I used to get this guy named Harry up in North Georgia. Not a bad guy, but every time I saw him call, I'd be like, oh, he had like $1 million, maybe $1 million, I think $1.5 million, something like that, and with us. And he just every morning, not every morning, but every like Monday or something like that, he'd call, and I'd be like, I just don't feel like talking to this guy right now. And he'd always say, hey, how come your performance is? Oh, that's what he'd say. Why'd you guys do this? Maybe sell some of the small caps, and you always want to know why. And I said, no, he had a right to. It's his money. He's paying a fee. But I just always said, I always frustrated me. I was like, do you need to know why? Aren't you paying us to do what we think? Aren't you paying us to do what we think is in your best interest? Like, why would you need to know why? It's kind of like, it's almost like, don't tell me the time, tell me how the watch is made. I never understood it. It's like, you're paying us to manage your money, so let's manage your money. And if you don't like the way we're managing the money, then go someplace else. It's okay. And he'd always kind of throw out this, well, I got contacted by Fisher, and at the point, I was just like, man, maybe you should go with Fisher. You know what I'm saying? Because I've heard that Fisher is very informative with their clients. They have like a monthly call-in show, or I don't know if it's call-in show, but something like that. Because I was like, dude, I just don't care that much. Because me, I'm like, you have us, so you don't have to do it. You're going to pay us a hefty fee, so you don't have to do it. If you don't like the way we're doing it, go someplace else. But don't, at the same time, want us to do it and then ask us why we're doing what we're doing. We're doing it because for some reason the portfolio managers feel this is the best move. It used to drive me up the wall. And every now and again I'll still get like people email me or ask questions. Hey, I heard like last night someone said on the live stream, I heard the bricks are taking off. What do you think about the bricks? I said, I got no opinion because I'm a caveman. Put the total stock index, total bond index, and cash. That's literally all you need. Total stock, total bond, and cash. If you want to go international, that's fine. You add some international. I got no problem with that. But for me, it's total bond, total stock, and cash. You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't even have total bond. I got long bonds because I thought for sure long bonds would have made a rally by now, and they haven't. They're still clocking 4 to 4.5% yields, but they haven't made the rally like I thought for sure they would by now. And that's why I don't manage money, because if I manage money, I said my gut tells me long bonds are going to pay off, and it doesn't pay off. Somebody will say, hey, when's that going to pay off? And it's just because no one knows, man. That's the issue. The thing I hated most about being a financial advisor was all this stuff on investing. Because I'm like, dude, it bores me. It always has. Because everyone thinks that there's somebody else with a better mousetrap, and there isn't anybody. Remember, for every buy on the transaction, there's a sale. All right, so if you're buying I'm going to buy some bricks, right? Well, that means someone's going to sell you some bricks. And bricks are the Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa conglomerate there of investing. And you can do that. I don't care, but I'm just saying, for every buy, there's a sale. For every sale, there's a buy. So that means there's always someone on the other side of the trade. So there's always someone who's thinking opposite of you for at least that moment in time. And what do you think about Bitcoin? But it's always it's never what do you think about this thing that's way down. It's always what do you think about this thing that's got some media? It's got some media attention. What do you think about this thing that's done well? You know what I'm saying? It's like everyone's talking about. I think not everyone, but some people were talking about small cap at the end of last year. And I remember I got a number of emails. What do you think about small cap? I literally don't think about it. It bores me. I think you have VTI, total stock index. You have some bonds, be it total bond index, or like I got long bonds, and you have some cash, and then don't think about it. It's like, I don't know. It's almost, I think people pay way too much mind on their stocks and bonds and portfolio, and they don't pay hardly anything to their, do they have an umbrella insurance policy? Are they carrying any life insurance? Do they have a durable power of attorney? You see what I'm saying? Do they have enough cash? What are they doing to pay off their debt? I mean, there's just million different. What's their tax situation like in terms of asset location? But everyone wants to focus on investments, and that's our fault because that's what we were. We used to be investment advisors, stock brokers. Then they transitioned to investment advisors, financial advisors, wealth managers. But that's what we always were. We're stock brokers initially, and you can't really blame clients for saying I'm a financial advisor. He's my investment guy, and that's what I hated, and I hate it. But that's what I dislike most. And I still do. I mean, I still get people want to talk investments a lot, and that's fine. But I don't say you should buy Puritan Fund over Fidelity Balance Fund over Wellington Fund. I mean, you can buy whatever you want, but for me, it's asset allocation. Where are we putting our money? How much do we have in stocks, bonds, and cash? Where should the money go in terms of tax efficiency? And that's kind of what I talk about. I like talking about that. I can talk about that till the cows come home. Talk about stock A, stock B, stock C. Should I be an international small cap? Bitcoin? That just bores me to death. Anyway, I love to hear your thoughts. All right, don't forget to subscribe. I got to keep telling people subscribe or else you're a loser. Don't be a loser. All right, God bless.